Well, even before Ether, though, right? You could argue that Jay was one of the first to really dig up dirt on people because he did the Summer Jam screen with the picture and everything like that. Nowadays, that's common practice. I'm putting people's pictures on social media, whatever. I'm dropping dirt on them like that way, right? Jay was the first one that pretty much put your ass on display like that.
Pin it up.
All right, man. Moving on. How do you feel about the Jay-Z Roots Picnic freestyle and him taking shots at everyone after he said he wasn't sure battling should be part of the culture anymore?
Listen, man, everything Jay do is strategic. Everybody, anybody that follows Jay knows this. Everything he do is strategic. Do I believe he wanted to be on stage with some of them niggas? Hell no. I believe he definitely didn't want to be on stage, but he know how to really strategize his shit and make the shit look good. And he knows how to put his pride aside and be like, you know what? I'm going to do this for Philly, which is you got to respect him for that. You have to respect Jay for that. Jay know how to play the game. And a lot of us can learn from that. You know what I mean? Like, they can say what they want about Jay. Yeah, it's confusing. This shit is confusing as fuck. Because, you know what I mean? To say something like that, and then you come out and take shots at Drake and a couple other people.
15 people total.
Yeah. So, it's confusing as fuck, but is mastermind too. It's strategic. He know what he doing. Because at the end of the day, he did what he wanted to accomplish, and that he wanted people to talk. He wanted to be the center of attention again. At his age, he's still doing what he does, whether you love it or not. You know what I mean? Whether you liked it, the freestyle or not, because a lot of people didn't like the freestyle. A lot of people loved it.
Mm-hmm.
But look who was talked about that whole week.
Right.
And it's like, he brings value to himself all the time. So, salute to Jay, man, for, all these years still finding a way to maneuver in his game. You got to give it up to him.
I have to say, I do like the fact that he doesn't move off of emotion.
Mm-hmm.
It's always strategy. You could tell. He's like a sniper. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's well thought out.
Exactly. He just know what he's doing. He know how to prep. He know how to plan. He know how to, go about it the right way with precision. Everything is lined up the way it should be lined up. It's timing with that, man. You feel me? And when you dealing with a force like that, man, why you think he been around so many years? Why you think he's making the money he making? They could say what they want about him. He laughing all the way to the bank every day.
But I do wish that he was around more. But I do like that he has been coming back around. It seems pretty more consistent since he started doing the interviews when he was talking about the battling. Because when he first came out and was talking about the battling, I was like, dang, man, like everybody got the opportunity to grow and to change how they feel over time and have different experiences, right? But this is the same man that said, I left condoms in your baby seat, and yes, you was kissing my dick when you was kissing that bitch, and then you was talking, and then for him to say, like, I don't know if battling should be a part of it, the culture anymore, because of how I think he was referring to the fans. They take it too far. We're bringing people's families, and like, it's just, there's no privacy anymore, right? Everything gets so overanalyzed. Everyone has a platform to be able to put it out there. Like back when, like, say Nas and Jay were battling, it was like you had to pay attention to the radio stations, or you talking to like your friends or in the barbershop about it or whatever, you know what I mean? But it's not like you just seeing some random person online breaking everything down like the way it is now, and there is a con to that as well.
Yeah, but to his defense, I kind of know where he's coming from, because to his defense, when, he was saying all that, like, you know what I mean, even kind of, he went crazy on his freestyles and stuff like that. But I think what he's saying is with the battle rappers today, when they battle rap, they take it to the extreme. They killing motherfuckers. You feel me? Like their disrespect is different level. Their disrespect is like, the boy was pissing on boy's grave and doing shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like going to the grave site, doing all that ignorant shit. You feel me? So it's a different level now. You feel me? It's a different level of disrespect. And I think I know where he's coming from when you get in that level of disrespect. And that's why so many bodies is dropping. That's why so many bodies drop. You know what I mean? From the shots to everywhere. Because the level of disrespect and when they battle each other is like, you gonna have to go to war after that. You know what I mean? Because it's like they don't care. So I don't think people is really looking at that side of it. You know what I mean? How many people died because of the battle and shit and all that. You know what I mean? So I could see where he's coming from in that angle. You know what I mean? Where some of the younger cats, they take it to the extreme. They don't keep it on records. You know what I mean? And then it's to the point of no return. Put it like that. That's how.
Well, it's kind of like when you use a substance for a very long time, it's like your tolerance for it, goes up, right? So it's like when you start to do a level of disrespect over time, it doesn't even feel like anything anymore. So you got to be even more disrespectful to even get a reaction now, And I feel like that's what has happened basically, because basically Jay had to crawl with the, I left condoms in your baby seat and all that stuff like that in order for these motherfuckers to walk now or run to the level of disrespect that they doing is insane,
Yeah, it is. It is. That's true. That's very true. But if you look at it, if I was Jay at the time and he had to do whatever he had to do after he heard Ether, a nigga Ether me like that, I'm gonna go crazy too.
Well, even before Ether, though, right? You could argue that Jay was one of the first to really dig up dirt on people because he did the Summer Jam screen with the picture and everything like that. Nowadays, that's common practice. I'm putting people's pictures on social media, whatever. I'm dropping dirt on them like that way, right? Jay was the first one that pretty much put your ass on display like that.
Well, I think he wasn't, because remember Nas was supposed to be hanging Jay up first. Remember?
No, that was after. That was after his
his
takeover. Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah. It was.
So that was after? I thought that shit was before.
See, okay, here's the timeline right here. June 28th, 2001. That's the first Summer Jam, 2001. Jay performs Takeover, right? He says the line, ask Nas, he don't want it with Hove. He didn't have the whole verse yet.
Okay.
Right? Then all of a sudden, September 11, 2001, Blueprint comes out, and then the full verse is on there. Then December 2001, Nas responds with Ether. Then June 2002, that's when Nas was supposed to do Summer Jam and have the fake Jay-Z hanging and everything like that.
Right.
Have you ever seen that video of the guy making the doll and everything like that?
Yeah. I saw the doll and everything. Kind of looked like him too.
Yeah, but
he would have that would have took that beat for a whole different level if that would have happened.
It was pretty crazy, man.
Nah, it was crazy. That shit was crazy. I would have took that shit to a different, that would have been wild.
But the idea of doing the hanging Jay-Z was after Jay had already did Super Ugly, though.
So it was after. Okay.
No, but after he did Super Ugly already, though.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Cool.
But remember, his mom made him apologize for that.
Yeah, I remember. I remember. It was crazy because these cats was like brothers, you know what I'm saying? At one time, like, you know what I mean? But thank God that they where they at now. They making money.
Right.
And they earned that. To me, they earned that. They earned every bit of it. They survived the times, man.